How to write a GDPR data privacy notice. If your organization processes personal data, you need a privacy notice. This should provide important information for data subjects to help them assert greater control over how their data is used. That way, if there's something they aren't happy with, they can query it via a data subject access request and ask for the processing activity to be suspended. According to Article 30 of the GDPR, a privacy notice should include the following. Contact details. The first thing to include in your privacy notice is your contact details. Your organization's name, address, email address, and telephone number. If you've appointed a data protection officer and/or an EU or UK representative, you should include their contact details too. The types of personal data you process. The definition of personal data is a lot broader than you might think, so you must ensure you've included everything in an appropriate level of detail. You should also outline where you obtained the personal data if it wasn't provided directly by the data subject. Lawful basis for processing personal data. Organizations can process personal data only if they have and have documented a lawful basis for doing so. If you're relying on legitimate interests, you must describe them. And if you're relying on consent, you should state that it can be withdrawn at any time. How you process personal data. You must explain whether you'll be transferring personal data to third parties. It's also advisable to specify how you'll protect any shared data, particularly if you're sharing it with a third party based outside the EU. How long you'll be keeping their data. You can retain personal data only for as long as your lawful basis for processing it applies, after which you must destroy it safely and securely. Your privacy notice should explain your data retention policy. Data subject rights. The GDPR gives individuals 8 data subject rights, which you should list and explain in your privacy notice. The right to be informed, right of access, right of rectification, right to be forgotten, right of portability, right to restrict processing, right to object, and rights related to automated decision-making, including profiling. IT governance is at the forefront of helping organizations address the challenges of GDPR compliance. Learn more about the GDPR and find out how we can help your organization at itgovernance.co.uk/GDPR.